Recently I heard the Lord say expand, focus, hone. When the Lord spoke these words, I was surrounded again by the sense of ferocious focus. It is very important right now to be fighting against distraction, and finding the yes, and alignments of the Lord in your life, and then being ferociously focused on what God is speaking, and what He has promised. For the Lord showed me that many have been distracted in this season by heavy weights of the heart, pain, grief, trauma and disappointment, but at the feet of Jesus, He is untangling the heart from these things, bringing deep healing and deep refreshing deliverance. I heard the Lord say, beware of the bait, and I saw a fishing rod with a hook on the end. On the end of this hook were things that sparkled and shined. They were things that weren't necessarily bad things, but I knew in my spirit they were good things that the enemy was using to bring before the eyes of many to distract them from the pathway of the Lord in this season. They sparkled and shined with a voice of an easier way, because many that are walking are pioneering trails that are against the grain, and the temptation to leave this pathway, and follow the things that were sparkling and shiny to an easier way. But it was not the way of the Lord for this season. As I watched this taking place in the vision, I heard the words, just because it's good, doesn't mean it's God. Again, I was surrounded by the importance of this season to make sure alignments, assignments, and where we place our yes is in the places directed by the Lord. Expand. When the Lord spoke the word, expand, I was surrounded by such a strong sense of the ferocious focus of faith. I have had many encounters over the last year where the Lord has been speaking of make room, declutter, get things in order, to prepare for a new move of His Spirit in our midst. This time, when the Lord spoke the word expand, it came with a stronger weight, it came with a greater sense of imminency of increase. I heard the Holy Spirit say, it's time to rearrange for the new page. God is about to write something new within your midst. I saw the revealing of a greater clarity of the written vision of His heart into your midst, starting this week. It is imperative that you make room for what God is writing and releasing. There is a new page that God is leading many of you onto, and if you do not partner with the Holy Spirit in the decluttering, rearranging process, it will hinder the process and the flow. God is going to speak many specific ways to rearrange and expand in greater increase from this week on. It is an expansion for the increase of the move of His Spirit, and an increase of harvest and souls to come into the kingdom. Enlarge your house, build an addition. Spread out your home, and spare no expense. For you will soon be bursting at the seams. Your descendants will occupy other nations, and resettle the ruined cities. Fear not, you will no longer live in shame. Don't be afraid, there is no more disgrace for you. You will no longer remember the shame of your youth, and the sorrows of widowhood. Isaiah 54:2-4 NLT. Enlarge the site of your tent, stretch out the curtains of your dwellings, do not hold back. Lengthen your ropes and drive your stakes in deep. For you will spread out to the right and left, your descendants will dispossess the nations, and inhabit the desolate cities. Do not be afraid, for you will not be put to shame, do not be intimidated, for you will not be humiliated. For you will forget the shame of your youth, and will remember no more the reproach of your widowhood. Isaiah 54:2-4 Berean Study Bible. Expand, 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 and His Spirit will fill it. The move of His Spirit will fill it. Focus, hone in. Focus with great intentionality. Focus with great accuracy. Focus, hone in and ferociously focus on what God has spoken, is speaking and His promises. He is separating, sifting, realigning, changing, shifting, decluttering and removing in your life, to make room for the increased move of His Spirit, and for the manifestation of that which He has spoken. Walking in obedience to focus and expand as He is leading, is making room also for the trees of life. They are making room for the manifestation of what God has spoken. Even if you feel like you're the only one standing ferociously on what God has spoken, even when it looks impossible, keep standing. God is going to fill those places of impossibility with places of miracles and overturn those impossibilities. But you must focus, ferociously, by faith, in what He has spoken, promised, and follow where He is leading. It's not getting everything perfect, it's about faith. It's about believing what He has said and staying aligned with Him. There is joy in the breakthroughs and the move of His Spirit before you that you have not yet known. A turning of grief and sorrow to joy and freedom. Expand, focus, and hone in. The wave is upon you.